welcome to a fun Friday. I'm going to be playing my slightly modified, which I think I'm going to put the Gengar Mimikyu back in, Malamar box. But we'll see. We have a couple different things. Okay, so here's where Latios comes into play. Put him down. He's able to do what he needs to do. Now, I'm going to wait to put the Giratina down, only because I don't know what I'm playing. It says fighting, which normally means they're weak to psychic. But I have no idea what exactly I'm playing. It's something with custom catchers, so they do have gusting effects. And we'll see what we end up with. Mysterious Treasure, which works perfectly for what I want to do. So there's a Landorus, which isn't weak to psychic. So we're going to grab one Inkay. We'll grab a secondary Inkay by putting Malamar back in. Or do you want the Jirachi? I'll go with the Jirachi instead. Only because I can put Giratina back in, put an energy on it. I did see that they were playing Viridian Forest also. We'll go with Erika's. We don't want to lose the supporters, unfortunately. We'll go ahead and we will Cynthia. Grabbing a Inkay anyway, see? So that's why we don't do that. Now we have a nice setup going here. We can retreat. And Stellar Wish. Grabbing... we'll grab a... We don't need the Viridian right now, and they do play Viridian, so we're going to just hold on to this Mysterious Treasure. We'll Acro Bike. Keep digging. We'll make sure we have supporters, and we are done for our turn. So we've already started to get Giratina up and running. We have a possibility of being able to get rid of some energy. They play Zygarde GX. So luckily we're not too worried about the... Okay, does 30 damage to something. It's a linear attack. Fighting a dojo. If it does... Okay. Not super worried about this deck. Zygarde is coming up due to the fact of things like Dark and Lightning decks, so Zygarde is becoming a good deck with the ability to add 40 more damage if you're behind in prizes. Mew is going away for Diancie, so they're looking for a 60 damage hit on probably Jirachi, which is a strong punch from a linear attack from Landorus. But again, the spreading of damage works better than anything around here. And I could be evil and just turn off all GX attacks for the entire game. Just 30 damage because it's not up front. Okay, we are going to definitely... Do we just Cynthia and pray? We'll go with Jirachi first and hit Stellar Wish. All we have is a switch out of it, so that's fine. Should have waited. We will get rid of... We'll get rid of Reset Stamp. It's not a big card I have right now. Let's see. How many? We got 3 Escape Boards, so we should be doing okay. Get rid of the switch. And grab Mew so they can't just keep punching the bench. So things are safe. We will go with Cynthia to grab 6 new cards. Okay, and we have the counter stadium. Just no way of retreating Jirachi. So get rid of the energy, grab the energy. We have Lillie for the next turn. Really hoping to get this knockout, but it didn't work out. So, oh, you know what I could have done? I could have switched into Latios. Oh, with the free retreat. See, I haven't been playing with Latios in this deck, so it actually makes it a lot harder than you think to remember. It's got free retreat, so if I would have switched into Latios, and then would have been freely and able to, they're gonna... Really, Malamar? You're gonna knock out my baby Malamar? Okay, so I really need to find some way of retreating right now, because that does 80. If they find Dojo, I run into a punch problem. They're burning through their deck just as quickly as I am, so Zygarde, I did misplay, otherwise we would have had this Landorus knockout, and we would have been better set up for the following turn. So Power Cyclone doesn't take the knockout, but they are building up Zygarde, which is good for them. We'll get the energy going here, so we can definitely get some damage moving here. Retreat to you. So we are going to Lillie. Get the other Malamar. So far we have safety and bench building. So we are going to definitely give this a go. We'll hold on to the Malamar more than the Switch. It's a little bit more important, especially with Ditto. I can go from there. We definitely don't need the Giratina, so we are good there. And so we will go and we will Shadow Impact. We'll put the damage on ourselves. If for some reason they are able to get the knockout, I can go from there. Pokecom. They're going to use Zygarde to put another energy on Zygarde. Ooh, so they are done with Gusting. They used 3 custom catchers. Mew for bench barrier, damage, buffer. No, they want the Zygarde buildup. So, watch this. Resistance. I survived. Some energy there. We'll put Malamar back in the deck. Don't grab anything. I'm not going to reset stamp them. Let's see what we get off the Lillie. If I'm able to get what I need off the Lillie, I don't. So we will go ahead and then... I can't Jirachi. I can't do it. So we are going to Shadow Impact for a whopping 130. Put the damage on myself. I really don't care if it goes down the next turn. Pokecom. Has 200 hit points. So if I can get enough damage on something like... Why wouldn't you... Oh, because you're going to try and move energy from the discard. Okay, you have 90. Not too worried about that. 1, a 2, 3, and a 4. Free retreater. Came with the energy straight up. Distortion door. Get rid of some Diancie and some Dedenne health. We'll make sure we get energy going. We will just put the spell tag on. Well, Cynthia? Do we want a Cynthia? I don't know. I don't think we do right now. Retreat to Giratina. Hit Giratina. So we're already building up the prize count pretty well. And they're seeing that it's just not going to work out. So, Zygarde, again, not the biggest threat, but it can be, especially if I keep putting damage. Then I put the Psychic down and just go from there. So we'll do one more, and then I'll go through my deck list. Again, I misplayed that Latios. I could have gotten a turn turn 3 knockout, which would have been perfect because they would have only gotten 1 attack in, and then they would have been kind of struggling a little more, but they wouldn't have built up that Zygarde to where it was. So I wasn't fully paying attention to what the deck I'm playing is, but we'll find out. It's probably Charizard. If they got Charizard box, they got Charizard coin. They get to go first, which isn't always as fun, especially when you have just a Ditto start. So we are going to definitely just sit here with the Giratina up front, because the spell tag is going to be more important than anything. So unless they do Lysander Labs, and then I'm just going to cry. That's what I want. I want it. I gotta have it. So Fun Friday, Giratina, Malamar. We all know how it works. That's the best part, is because it just goes from there. I like the Latios inclusion because it allows you to... I could then turn off the whatchamacallit. I can turn off the... I can't even think. Oh, I can turn off the Bonnie inclusion to their deck because of the GX attack. That's a lot of spell tag. Oh, this happens every once in a while. They needed Escape Board to attack, but at this point, I'm just sitting here going, please give me something. Otherwise, I'm just going to be killing a Jirachi with... Otherwise, I kill a Jirachi with spell tag. Not right now. Don't do this. No. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. I don't. You get the knockout with 1 set of energy. Why are you worrying about that? They're dead, didn't they? Did they get rid of Ninetales? They did get rid of Ninetales. But they probably play a secondary Ninetales, because this is probably a Tor's deck list, which did really well, and there's their Escape Board into the death of me. So, this is where it becomes fun. Can I get something, please? Please? We were gonna definitely put all the damage on that little baby Jirachi over there. Yay for my 1 Pokemon that survives. It's the final countdown! Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Get Ditto out of there. Go, Ditto, go, run! Got 1 energy in the discard. We'll put it on Giratina anyways, just because. Then we'll Cynthia. We're like, run! Run as fast as you can! We got a spell tag, we had a couple different things for the following turn. We got an Escape Board to put on that Ditto. And that's all. We're gonna get rid of that giant perk though. No, no, no for you. So we are done. I know this is going down, but hey, at least it's going down with the fight. So, and I take a prize with me. I will take a prize with me. There's Ninetales gonna gust. No, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. Okay, there's no one in this one. I'm gonna go. I'll show you the deck list. There's no way I'm winning that one at all whatsoever. I am way too far behind on that. There's like, okay, I didn't set up. Okay, so we got 2 Giratina. You know, Distortion Door does 10 damage to 2 Pokemon on the bench. 2 Jirachi. Oh, sorry, and Giratina is 130, does 40 to place 4 damage counters on something. Good on itself. Good to go with spell tag. Perfect. You've got Jirachi for Stellar Wish. Allows you to look at the top 5 cards, find a trainer, and put it in your hand. Mew for Bench Barrier and Side Power does do some damage sometimes. I have knocked out 3 Pokemon due to spreading the spell tag damage out. in one shot with the Psi Power because it allows you to place 3 damage counters any way you want. Got 4 Inkay, 4 Malamar for Psychic Recharge. I got 1 Espurr Erikinesis, works perfectly against Tag Team GXs that run. I got 1 Ditto for the evolution of Malamar just in case. I got 1 Espeon Deoxys, does the cross division for 200 damage, works really good for something. And then you got Cyclub for all the Psychic on your bench. You do, what is it, 50? The 30 more for each Psychic on your bench plus 10. So if you have a full bench of Psychic, that's 150. And then the 10, 160 just for 1 hit, does 2 KO. Then you have Latios with this tag perch, stopping tag team attacks the next turn, does 120. It has an ability where you can't do anything unless you have 4 Pokemon on the bench. This deck normally will have a full bench at all times. With Giratina bringing itself back and the Malamars and everything, it will have a full bench all the time. Pokémon Communication allows you to put a Pokemon in, grab a different one, perfect for setup at the beginning. You've got Mysterious Treasure, perfect for getting rid of things you don't need, plus getting a Pokemon Psychic-wise. We only have 3 Pokemon that aren't Psychic, so it works perfect, so 4 count. 3 switches to switch into the active or get out of the active. You've got 4 Acro Bike, look at the top 2 cards, put one in your hand, then put the other in the discard. 2 Reset Stamps, let's just shuffle your opponent's cards back in and makes them grab the total number of prize cards they have. 3 Viridian, perfect for getting rid of energy, grabbing more energy to help with Malamar, get rid of things you don't need. Giratina is good to throw away and get an extra energy. 3 Lillie allows you to grab 6 or up to 6 in your hand unless you are on your first turn, which allows you to grab 8. 4 Cynthia, shuffle your hand in, get 6 cards. Most of the time you're burning most of your hand anyway, so you can get through the deck really quick, and with Cynthia, you just keep using more of those cards that you need. 1 Erika's, if you have 4 cards after using this, you can grab the total number of your opponent's Pokemon, bench, and active off the top of the deck. We have 4 Spell Tag, help spread 4 damage counters any way you want. 3 Escape Boards to help get Pokemon out of the active, and 8 Energy. So we are going to go with 1 more game on this fun Friday. That's all I have time for. I mean, this deck does falter on a rare occasion. As we're seeing, this is probably a Mewtwo and Mew, which I love personally, even though the Jirachi's there. It's still a 2-hit knockout with Giratina. And if for some reason they don't get Jirachi down, it's a 1-hit with a Distortion Door or a Spell Tag or something of that nature. So we are definitely going to put the Mew down because they like to snipe things. And I definitely need that Stellar Wish because I need a different supporter than Erika. Okay, they start the Jirachi. So don't apply Psychic Weakness when Pokemon both yours and your opponents take damage from attacks. So they're playing it for me, which is perfect, because that means my Psychic attacks don't do anything. Yay! So it says yours and your opponents take damage from attacks. So it's perfect. So no Psychic Weakness for me. They're going to start building up the Mewtwo and Mew, which is fine. I don't really care too much. That's not my concern. I need to get the Inkays going. They can't snipe the bench. Latios, not that big of a deal. Heartbreak. Yeah, we're sad that you can't do things. Okay, so we got a Ditto. That's good. We're gonna take the Lillie instead of the Malamar. I'd rather have the Lillie right now. We're going to Mysterious Treasure, get an Inkay. We are going to Lillie for a large number of things. Let's see what we get off of Stellar Wish. We'll go with the Mysterious Treasure. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Espurr back in. Grab this guy or her. We're going to Mysterious Treasure him away. And then we are going to grab Malamar. I'm going to put Inkay down just in case for some reason they want to bring something up. Distortion Door. Again, no weakness damage, but it's still a 2-shot. So we are going to leave all of this just the way it is for the following turn. If they get a big bench built up, great. If not, we are going to be a little upset, but not too bad, because we're probably going to lose Jirachi anyways. Giant Hearth, probably going to Welder. Yep, Welder onto the Mewtwo and Mew. They can easily knock this out with Outrage anyways if they have the... There's a switch. Cherish Ball. Get the Charizard down. Get the Charizard down. Okay, Muck Muck. It's a Alolan Muck Muck. He's running a Muck Muck. So I'm going to go down 1 prize almost instantly, but that's not a big deal. Keep getting more Pokemon on your bench. Bench this stuff up. Jirachi. Muck Muck. Yes, keep putting more Pokemon on your bench. Okay, they've already gone through what? This is their... They've already gone through 3 Giant Hearths, so they've probably got 1 more going. I'm not too worried about this. Okay. It dies anyways. You needed that to die. We'll put the Mew up front. We'll get rid of that. Well, Erika's real quick. See what we end up with. Okay, so yeah, we end up with a Malamar. We end up with a 3rd Malamar. Malamar. It's a Malamar. It's a Malamar. It's a Malamar. Okay, so we can put an energy right on you. Put an energy on you. And see, the sad part is, even with the Mew, we can do this and retreat into the Giratina and put the energy right back on Mew, so he's my free retreater as of right now. Sorry, Jirachi, I need the Cynthia for the following turn more than I need you. So, Shadow Impact. Again, this does enough damage to not worry about it, because he has to either scoop it and go from there, or he's got to find some other way of doing this, because as of right now, he gets knocked out the following turn, and I go up in prizes, and he goes down in prizes. But he'll still get shuffled to 4. There is the Macargo for another Mewtwo and Mew GX. They're going to probably try and look for the Welder. Welder. That's all they pretty much play are Welders in this deck, if I remember right. So it's a little different. There's Marshadow. You just keep building that bench up. I don't get it. Can't put another Dedenne down. And this goes down the following turn, so I'm not worried about that. Custom Catcher for 1. How many Custom Catchers do they use? They only use 1 Custom Catcher, so they can't gust up the Malamar just yet. And if they're able to gust up a Malamar, I get a little bit more concerned. Okay, so if this goes down, I need to make sure I get enough damage on this Mewtwo and Mew to knock it out on top of it. So they can retreat and try and go from there. 1 energy. Gonna try and put it on the Mewtwo and Mew. They can top burner the next turn. Are they out of fire energy, or is that... I think they just put just the one fire down because they're like, okay. Oh, they're down the fire. I can get rid of this giant hearth if I'm lucky. Tingly Return GX. Wow, that's different. Not what you normally see. Now, I'm not going to put that down just yet. There's no point in that. So let's see what we end up getting off the top. Come on, Switch. Nope, just an escape board. Pokémon. Discard a Pokémon. Don't have any fire in deck, I already know that, and we are going to be done. So they're hoping that they survive at least one more shot going here. They got the welder, so I couldn't remember. Oh, I forgot to reset stamp. That's what I did. So again, the simple plays when you're just, I do this a lot more in PTCGO online than I do in real life, where you forget, hey, let's reset stamp them. And you're like, oh yeah, my bad. So that's how they're going to get around this spell tag, is the burn, or the poison factor. Okay, so we are definitely going to grab We're going to put the damage over there and over there. We are going to put the energy back on this guy. Again, this is still a 2-hit knockout. Especially because they put the energy on themselves, which is fine. We'll put the escape board on Mew now, because he's going to be my free retreater. And we are just going to Shadow Impact. And we'll put the damage on Mew for right now, only because he can't snipe the bench. And if he goes for the poison, it doesn't work. Actually, he's gonna... Man, that muck. The absorption heal, yeah. What I need right now? What I really need right now? Okay, that's different. Why the severe poison? Okay, so what I'm going to get... Oh, it's not in the deck right now. No! No! We're going to use the giant hearth to not get anything. It's not that big of a deal. We're going to distortion door, U2. One, a 2. We'll put the escape board on one of the Malamars just to thin out the deck a little. Okay, and we got a third energy, which is perfect. We're gonna reset stamp to 4. Another perfect card. We got Viridian Forest. Again, another perfect card. And we got a spell tag. So we are doing okay here. It's not the worst, not the best. We can still chain things. Shadow Impact for knockout. So we are now ahead on prices. We will put the damage on this Giratina just because. Like having a full Giratina to play with here. Come on, Latios. No Latios, of course. So they are going to put the Mewtwo and Mew up front. Okay, so we have enough energy in the discard to play with. One energy down, so what can they do? They can still 50 damage me. That's it, right? Yeah, just do 50. Custom catcher, the Malamar. Okay, prevent all damage done from GX Pokemon. Not my... Oh, yeah. What? Oh, the Dedenne. Not my biggest concern right now. Just a Bright Town, not that big of a deal. We will... We'll just have the Switch! Yeah, they see the loss. So, Mewtwo and Mew go down to this deck, not 100% of the time, but once you get the chain rolling, and they can't get those knockouts, and everything works perfectly for you, it works great, and they go, oh man, because the Psychic weakness, even if I were to put up Latios, it turns into a stalemate on whether or not you can gust them out, and I had the Switch, everything worked. So, I hope you enjoyed. Mewtwo and Mew goes down to this deck. Pretty easy if you set it up. Now, we noticed game 2 that I have on here, didn't set up, we lost. Easy loss. But if you're able to set up, you get all the cards you need. There's enough supporters in there. There's 8 supporters in there that help you get through your deck pretty quick. And don't discard things you don't need to. Plus you have the Acro Bites to help you get through. You got the Mysterious Treasures to get the Pokemon you need. You've got Jirachi to help you try and get everything you need going. And then you also have the Pokécoms that let you get the Pokemon you want. So if you get all that going, works really well. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, comment, tell me what you want to see. I will try and get some of those Worlds decks up now that the deck lists are up, and hopefully trade to get all those cards that I need. I don't have a lot to go off of, but let me know what you want to see. So, have a good day.